Hello, I'm Brian Dawson, the Director for Library Development, and we're at Idley, Pennsylvania, and I'd like to introduce you to the Memory Masters.
My name is Beth Transu, and I'm librarian at Messiah College.
Hi, I'm Gabby Goya, and I'm a Senior Library Specialist in Cataloging at Harrisburg Area Community College.
I'm Ed Wolf. I'm the Instructional Reference Librarian for the Bethel Park Public Library.
I'm Janet Eldred. I'm the Director at the Hollidaysburg Area Public Library.
And I'm David Runyon, University Librarian at Harrisburg University of Science and Technology.
Excellent, nice to meet you. First, let me start off with, why did you want to do this project for ILEAD?
Well, when we first started thinking about ILEAD, we were encouraged to form a team comprising multiple types of libraries from different communities. And what we realized is that forming a team from different libraries in different communities means we don't share a community. So we have 3 different academic libraries, 2 different public libraries, and we cover 3 different counties. So there are no shared patron issues. There's no shared community issues. What we did realize, though, is that while all of our patrons are different, they all share a unique history, and that history deserves to be shared and preserved. So what we decided in the end was to create a project which would help libraries and other local institutions collect and digitize, preserve and share the rich histories which make us who we are.
All right. And what did you hope to achieve through your project, and do you think you succeeded?
I think we did. Through our initial discussions, I think that our project was initially somewhat unfocused. We came into it knowing we wanted a way to share oral histories and some way to share that with others. But then through subsequent discussions, our project really, I think, took shape, and we ended up with 4 what I think were rather achievable goals, with a lot of work to make it to those goals. We wanted to provide a system to really collect and preserve the rich and diverse history of each of our local communities, so it still came back to that. We certainly wanted a way to organize and describe those so that it would be easier for future access. We explored different platforms so that our communities, especially those who maybe didn't have the technical expertise on staff, could easily upload, store, and maintain and preserve the rich histories that were needed. And then finally, we wanted a way for the local community to easily be able to search and access those digital archives, as a way for them to celebrate the rich history that they had. We felt that we then met the goals with 2 deliverables from our project. So the first thing we did was create a manual to really help local communities learn how to collect oral history, create video histories, convert the histories that they may already have in an analog form into a digital form. So kind of walk them through the steps when they may not have the expertise right there in their backyard. And then finally, we created a pilot site through the Content DM platform so that communities, they can simply upload and use the site that we've already created, so they really don't have much work to do in that sense. Or they can use that site more as a demonstration or a pilot site where they can then kind of rebrand, create their own site, create their own branding, and have their own local history repository that they can then share with their local community.
Can you share with us some of your biggest successes and challenges?
Sure. The great part about this group is that we had so many successes. 2 of our biggest ones, I would say, are the guide and the site. Both products are extremely fleshed out and detailed and will suit a variety of needs, since our goal is to have this out to many different types of communities. We needed to make sure that our products would suit all of those needs. So that went extremely well, and it will continue to grow. And our biggest challenge, I think, as Ed had mentioned, is we are all physically located very far from each other, and this is a multi-month project, which led to some interesting ways to get meetings completed and different documents written, but we did manage to consistently stay on task and work together and ended up having these wonderful products to share with everyone.
Okay. With the benefit of hindsight, would you have made any changes to the original concept project?
With hindsight, I think we would have changed a couple of things. First of all, coming in, we were excited, we were ambitious, and we didn't really know how much time the project would take up. So although we did our best to plan ahead, to work out a reasonable schedule, there were times when the responsibilities of work and of life interfered with our progress on the project. So making sure that we allocated a proper amount of time to the tasks that we had to do might have given us a few more steps forward. Also related to that, in the paperwork that we filed for the grant aspect of the project, the outcomes, the goals that we listed are beyond the goals that we really thought about as measuring our success. So as my team members have already described, our site and our guide are fantastic successes, but if you measure our project against the outcomes that we anticipated in the grant paperwork, that success doesn't exist. With the benefit of hindsight, I think we would look back, we would change those targets to reflect the products that we really wanted to see, the things that we were excited about and interested in doing. I believe the grant paperwork refers to conducting surveys after deploying our project to multiple libraries. That hasn't happened yet. However, we do have the option now. Several of our team members are interested in continuing to support this project. So, although in the anticipated time frame we ran into some hurdles and we didn't describe our goals perhaps the way that we should have, we can now continue to reach forward and reach toward those goals, deploy our project, get some publicity, get some libraries to look at our materials and start contributing to the collection. And then maybe we can put that survey out and really document the success of our project beyond the deliverables that we've already completed.
Okay. So, do you think the project can be replicated by another library? Do you want them to replicate this work or to build on it, to contribute to it, start their own projects from scratch? What's your take on that?
Yes. At the beginning of our project and our work together, we had in mind our own libraries and how we could record and preserve oral histories of people in the community. As we moved on through the project the following months, we realized that this is really a project that could be of use to all libraries in Pennsylvania, including special libraries, public libraries, school libraries. Everyone who has access to Power Library has access to our platform, the DM, Content DM platform, and the PA Photos and Documents at Power Library. So yes, as we've moved through our project, we have made it a goal to reach as many libraries as we can. And people at various libraries can go in, use the information that we have and the manual that we have to get started on their own project, and they can go from there, either entering contact using our site or use it as a guide to create their own. But there's a lot of possibilities there.
All right, well, thank you for joining us today and discussing your project, and thank you for being Pennsylvania iLeaders. Have a good day.